Hi, this is Leah Woodford with Between the Lines, and I am in beautiful Las Vegas with new author Kelly Jakes. And Kelly, gotta tell you, love, love, love this book.
Thank you.
Martinis and Menopause.
Yes.
There's a story behind that. Why don't you tell me about the inspiration for your book?
Sure. Well, I'm a speaker, so I travel across the country and speak to women's groups all the time about health issues. And women just want answers, like what's going on with my body? Why is this changing? Why am I having these hot flashes? Why am I, becoming a witch to everyone I love? And I called it Martinis and Menopause because, first of all, I love to drink a martini now and then, but I think we need to have fun in life, even when we're changing and we are having things that aren't really that great feeling inside of us. But the martini to me also is a metaphor for, you gotta hang out with people who love you. Women need to be supported by other women around them.
Absolutely.
And so, I know that's one of your messages. You don't hang around with people who are negative.
Absolutely.
People who don't get you, people who are unkind, but you need a tribe. And so,
we do need a tribe.
Yeah, so for me, the martini is like the metaphor for that as well. Getting together with your girlfriends.
One of the things that I really liked about it was empowering, but it was a lot of fun. And it was a really great read with a lot of common sense.
Thank you. That was my goal. I like to take the science, because there's really scientific reasons physiologically why women get these symptoms. Everything from the hot flash to our skin changes, to the way we crave different foods during this time of life, the carbs, yeah. There's really science behind that. So I like to take the science and make it accessible, but then give really easy strategies. What can we do to live better?
Absolutely. One of the things that I really liked about it too is, I have read the menopause books, and it's like a medical journal. And
yes.
I don't know about you guys, but I just can't get into those.
Well, right, that was one of the reasons I wrote it too, because I'm a menopause survivor, and all the menopause books are written by doctors, primary care or OBGYN, and you're right, they're more clinical, and I wanted to write a book that a woman would pick up off the shelf, and have a great time reading it and really get some take-home strategies that would help her feel better.
Well, I liked that you really kind of incorporated fun stuff, but you gave the medical, but you kind of put it in bite-sized pieces.
Well, thank you. Who wants to read a medical journal, right?
Oh, not me.
No, right. So I just really tried to make it accessible to the woman. So when I'm talking about the neurotransmitters in the brain, right, I'm going to call the King Kong molecule, for example. I just want to make it easy for people to understand really what's going on. And they're not going crazy. Many women feel alone in this time of life because their emotions are changing, their body is changing. A lot of times relationships are changing, and they feel alone and ashamed. And that's one of my messages is no, there's no shame in aging. There's no shame in going through menopause. It's a normal, natural part of our human experience. So let's talk about it.
Wow, that's a big statement right there. This has been shoved under the rug for a really long time, and women are embarrassed.
Women are embarrassed. Our mothers didn't talk about it. Our grandmothers didn't talk about it.
My mother didn't talk about menstruation.
Exactly. And you think about, every woman has a story of the first time she got her period.
Oh my God.
We all have a story, and we remember that. And for most women, it was kind of, you were embarrassed.
Traumatic.
And traumatic, right. And it's like, no. And so now you're on the other end of the spectrum when you're left the reproductive zone, which really is what menopause is. And so again, why are we ashamed, right? It's a normal, natural part of aging.
It is, but one of the things that I really liked about your book too is you make women feel good about the change and embracing it, and gave some great strategies, but again, the characters. I love the characters in the book. Now, tell me, who was your favorite character in the book?
Oh, I grew to love my characters so much. I think I really like the one who she's dealing with her hot flashes, because so many women deal with that, and she's at work in the story, trying to take her jacket off, and she's running a meeting, and she's sweating, and she touches her hands on the table and leaves sweat marks because she's just hot. And usually that's a universal symptom. 75% of women suffer from hot flashes at some point. So I enjoyed writing about her because I knew she would relate to a lot of women.
And you gave them all names.
Yeah, I did.
Would you share with our audience about the hot flash queen. What's her name?
I think her name is Teresa, and I really had every time I wrote about a character, I had either a friend of mine or a compilation of my friends, right, to create the story. Women I know, women who have been through these symptoms, whether it's, you know, I want my wine and chips, the food cravings, or the night sweats, right?
Oh, yeah. My poor husband had to sleep in a turtleneck.
Yeah, right. I know, right? And it's really great when I speak in audiences. Of course, women very much relate to what I'm saying, but the men in the audience do too, because they're like, oh, wow, you helped me understand.
I know. And, you know, I like the medical information. There is relief. And I loved your common sense approach. Now, how did writing this book impact your life?
Well, it has been a great journey. Of course, it was a life goal to write the book, but I just really wanted to write for women, to help women feel better about themselves. And how it's impacted me is I've started doing events. Now I run these Martinis and Menopause soirees, and they're like a cocktail atmosphere event. I invite women, I collaborate with local business owners, and we go into an establishment and we have drinks and, you know, eating, and then I talk for about a half hour, 20 minutes to a half hour on a certain symptom.
I love it.
Yes, I give the science of why, and then what are we going to do about it? And tell the stories, the funny stories, and really what it does, it creates this community where women feel okay to talk about what they're going through.
You know, you're bringing it out of the closet and out from under the rug, and I think women need that, because I know when it happened to me, I felt really alone. And again, it's embarrassing, and I'm talking about it on national television.
Right.
You know?
Well, right. We do feel alone. Women do feel isolated. And again, that shame piece, and I'm like, nope, no more shame. I say, go Menno, you know, let's have a new chant, right?
You know what I love too, though, is you are beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You're beautiful, and I think when women go through menopause, they really, you know, we hear the hair falls out, you know, you get old, all of a sudden.
The weight gain.
The weight gain. Oh, let's not even get started about
Right.
that. I think you're showing women that there's a different way. And a fun way.
And a fun way, right. I think we have to celebrate ourselves. You know, we all are given the genetics that we're given, and then we have different life circumstances that we go through. So really, it's your genetics and it's your lifestyle. And I try to talk about lifestyle. What can you do to feel better, to look better, to go through life loving yourself? I think self-care is a huge message. You read my book in all of the chapters.
Yes.
How are you going to take care of yourself? Because women, particularly, I think we are raised to take care of others first.
Always.
But in reality, we have to take care of ourselves first so we can love others more and give more to our world, our community. I know you're a big philanthropist and you give back to your community, and I do too. But if you're not at your best self, I'm not at my best self, taking care of ourselves, then we don't have as much to give.
Absolutely.
So that's another message. It's like, self-care, ladies. What are you going to do this week to take care of yourself?
You know, that's very true. We're so busy taking care of the kids, the husband,
The parents.
house, the parents.
Yep.
Yeah, at our age.
Yes.
Nope. We're sandwich generation.
Yes.
We still got the kids. Now we're taking
Yep.
care of the parents.
Yep.
You know, you address so many issues in this book.
Yes, well, thank you. I know it's 10 chapters based on the 10 top symptoms that women go through during this stage of life. And then I end it with the Fantastic Four, which are the 4 things that we can do for any of the symptoms to help us.
Kelly, so much great information. Do you have one piece of information that you can give our viewing audience, especially when it comes to bioidentical hormones?
Yes, well, I'm a big believer in bioidentical hormones.
Me too.
And I think really the biggest tip is every woman, we need to be our own health advocate. You need to be aware of what is going on with your body. How am I feeling today? What's going on with me physically, mentally, emotionally? And then seek your answers. And this book, I hope, is really going to be an answer for many women. What is going to help you the most, right? It's chock full of tips. And bioidentical hormones, most women need them to feel their best selves through this journey.
You know what? I think that every naturopath and every OBGYN needs this book. I really do. Because it was really impactful and powerful, but it was really a fun read.
Right, and women are dying for answers. They want to know, and how can I find a bioidentical hormone doctor who will prescribe that, right? And sometimes it's not an MD, sometimes it is a naturopath. You know, sometimes it's a nurse practitioner. So we need
Aren't
to
they
look
great?
at. Oh, I love my nurse practitioners. I use a nurse practitioner for my women's health issues, and just love her to pieces because she really takes that time to listen and test for me specifically.
I love that. Now, Kelly, how can people get your book and find out more about you?
Well, thank you very much. I have two different websites, martinisandmenopause.com.
Yes.
You can go and buy the book there. You can also buy the book on Amazon. And then my personal website is kellyjakes.com. And there's a link and a button for the book on both of those websites. So kellyjakes.com and martinisandmenopause.com.
This has been great, Kelly. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Leah. What a pleasure to be here with you and to spread the message of women's health. Thank you.
Thank you. This has been Leah Woodford with Between the Lines. Thanks for watching.